Shalom, shalom, shalom. As always, first I want to give the praises and the glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakah, Qadash, double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the 144,000 men of Israel. Shalom to the remnant brothers and sisters who have been edified by the truth and who have woke up to the truth of the scriptures, who are able to receive the name of Yahawah, Yahawashi. So, I'm going to do a little quick video on this man here. Now, this guy here you see on the screen, he's an Italian, right? He's an Italian man. He's a Sicilian Italian, okay? Now, we speak about the Italians, that a lot of the Italians, especially in southern Italy and Sicily, that go back to the 12 tribes of Israel. They go back to the Israelites, okay? We do speak about that Israel is scattered and mixed amongst the nations. Now, before I play this video, because what I've done, I've taken a few excerpts from the video, and I just wanted to listen to it. It's about 7 minutes of it, right? Which I'm just going to play. Now, his name is Antonio Castarilli, all right? Now, he's a part of an Israelite organization called Israelite Nation Worldwide Ministries, right? Which are based in Canada and have places in New York and in London, okay? Now, I did a few videos on these people already. That's what I'm going to speak first about these people. So I've done a video on them before, a couple of videos on them before, because what they believe that salvation, they are believing that salvation is not just for Israel, but it's also for the other nations, okay? Now, the reason why I want to do it on this particular man here, because I believe that this particular Italian brother here is an actual Israelite. I believe it's an Israelite Gentile that's come into the fold, okay? Now, he met the leader, this guy, Antonio Castarilli, who you see on the screen. He met the leader of this organization called Israelite Nation Worldwide Ministry. He met that man 34 years ago, all right, 35 years ago, just so you understand. I'll give you a little backstory before I play it. He met him 35 years ago. Now, he was the first person to sign up to this Israelite teaching, the teaching of the Israelites, who they are, salvation, so forth and that, except the leader of this organization believed that salvation was also can be brought to the other nations, not just to the Israelites, okay? Now, the leader of this organization, when he was first going to Jake's African Americans to bring this word about the Israelites, he was getting a lot of backlash. They didn't want to hear it. This particular man here, this Italian man here, was able to receive what he was teaching, right? Now, this man here was a deep believer in Catholicism, right? He was brought up as a Roman Catholic, part of the Roman Catholic Church all of his life. He left Christianity, all right? Antonio Castarilli, the man on the screen, is Italian. He left Christianity to be the first student of this Israelite Nation Worldwide Ministries back in around 1980, I believe it is, or 1985, it was around that time, right? He's been part of it for 35 years. And he left Christianity because he wanted to serve the God of Israel, the Israelites, because he believed that was the truth, what they was teaching regarding the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Israelites, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, all right? And he's been a practicing Israelite for over 30 years now, for about 35 years, part of this organization. I say again, the one thing this organization has wrong, they believe that they don't just believe they can bring this word to the Israelites, the actual Israelite Gentiles. They believe that this word can be brought to other nations, all right? We've always told you, the only people that are going to be able to receive this word is the Israelites and the Israelite Gentile. Hence why I believe that the fact that this man has been a practicing Israelite for 35 years, I do believe that he is an Israelite, this Italian man that you see on the screen. So I'm going to play you a little bit of his testimony, and then I'm going to bring out some scriptures, and then regarding Cornelius, the centurion of the Italian band, right? Which we always told you that was an Israelite. He was an Israelite as well in the Bible, Acts chapter 10. All right. So without further ado, let's listen to about 5-6 minutes. I'm going to play you. I've cut bits out. Just listen to what he has to say anyway. It's about 5-6 minutes. I'm going to play it to you.
If we could just stop the clock at this moment and really realize what we're doing here. The gathering of the Israelites. If we could just hold our breath and look back and reflect, going even back 2,000 years, when did this last take place? When did this last happen where there's the gathering of the Israelites? Even though we may be on a different page in certain ways and policies and the way we look at things, are we not all Israelites in this room? All Israelites. During the days of Constantine, when Christianity became the religion of Rome, let's say philosophy, because there's only one real religion, and that is the Israelite doctrine. There were all Christians there, but is there anybody else but an Israelite in this room? Anybody else? Lift your hand. Put your hand up. Oh my gosh, I've been overwhelmed. I've been thinking about it. I was born Catholic. My mom and dad, tremendous parents, but that's the way they knew. That's the way they were raised. That was their culture, their lifestyle, and that's all they showed me. They would grab my hand, but you know, as soon as I got old, I said, no, this is not for me. It's like a voice inside says, get out of here, Tony. Get out of here. So everywhere I went, looking here and looking there, get out of here, Tony. But the room is full. There's an arena of people. Get out of here, Tony. Okay, so Elder Shad says, you have a pen and paper and a Bible? I said, yeah. I never really read it, really. But. So here we are at my picnic table at home, sitting in the backyard under the grapevine. I'm sitting there, he's looking at me and I'm looking at him. Only he knows what he's feeling, because he goes, we start talking and I'm going, what's going on here? The singer, composer, artist, actor, creative man, what is going on here with him? Just the two of us are sitting here. What's going on? He goes, how about if how would you feel if I told you God is black? I have no problem with it. I have no qualm with that. That'll be if you show me. And of course, when he started to show me, I started to realize the list goes on and on and on about God. He is black, and all the prophets are black. All the prophets of truth are black. There's not one little inkling showing they were anything other than black. And the thing was, it got me going, wait a minute. Why is the rest of the world? And I started to toss this around. I said, so who am I? What am I? We're walking down the alley at the side of my home, and he's walking, going home, and I'm going, wait, who am I? Really? Who am I? So who am I? He goes, you're an Israelite. I'm an Israelite? Oh. And he started to see that Israel is a man, a flesh and bone. It's not a country. 12 sons, the oldest being Reuben, the youngest being Benjamin. That's why, whoa. Jesus the Christ has 12 apostles. Not 10, not 15, but 12, because one for each tribe. And he's looking at me like, oh my gosh, is this... Only he knows what he was feeling, but he's seen this white dude. And I'm seeing this black man. And as I said, there's no get out of here, Tony. Like, stay. You found home. You're actually home. This is home. And I started, wait, okay. And then the band of Italians, my friends, I started to tell them about this experience, an elder and his Italian band. Nothing new under the sun, Acts 10. So, whoa! Whoa! I said, oh, this place even had a balcony. Like, I said, when I read Acts 10, it's like, oh, what? This is it. This is real. This is real. Go teach all nations. Whoa! Black, God being black is the truth. The bottom line here is not the black, but the truth is the bottom line. The truth shall set you free. So why are they covering up all this black and making this white Jesus? What we're doing, all of us are Israelites in this room. After I started praying to the God of Israel, I got up one morning, and I was living with my family. And I walked down to the kitchen. My mom was cooking tomato sauce. Oh, tomato sauce with the spaghetti and Parmesan, you know. She's cooking down there. And I go up to her. I said, Ma. She goes, what's up? I said, Ma, your brother's coming to Canada. She goes, Tony, anybody speak Italian here? I hope not. You do? Because if my Italian is so bad, if I start speaking Italian, you're going to go, oh, what kind of an Italian is he? And I'm thinking, thank you, God of Israel. You're the greatest God. You are the one and only true God. There's none else besides thee, before thee, or equal to thee. You are God and God alone. You're no respecter of men. You choose whom you want to choose. You love whom you want to love. We don't choose you. You choose us. You do the choosing, whomever it may be, O Holy One of Israel.
So, I believe this man is an Israelite. Like I said, there are certain doctrines that organization that he belongs to, the Israelite nations, Ministry of Nations, I believe he's an Israelite, this man here. That's his name, Antonio Castrulli, okay? So I was kind of reading, it says, must read before you comment, right? So I was kind of reading here. It says, when Elder Shadrach first started to teach the truth about the Israelites to his own people in the 80s, right? His own people refused to listen, right? So the African Americans, West Indians, Caribbeans refused to listen to him, right? It was this man, Elder Castrulli, so it was this man here, Antonio Castrulli, that believed and decided to leave Christianity and serve the Israelite God. He has been a practicing Israelite for over 30 years. This is Elder Shadrach's first student. So he's the first student of this particular Israelite organization called Israelite Nation Worldwide Ministries. Now, I do believe he's an Israelite, this man here. Now, what you must understand is that this organization, they don't have the 100% truth. They don't have the 100% truth when it comes to teaching about the Israelites, because ultimately the only people that are going to be able to receive this word are the Israelites, no other nation. Doesn't matter what they look like, only Israel is going to be able to receive this word. So they're teaching about the Israelites, they're going to people out there, but they also believe they can bring this word to the actual Gentiles of the other nations. What they're not realizing is that the only people that are going to be able to receive this word is the Israelites. No matter what they look like today, what nation they're mixed amongst, only the Israelites are going to be able to receive these words. So hence I believe this particular Italian man, I do truly believe that he's an Israelite. And he's been in the truth for nearly up to 40 years, since the 1980s. We're in 2024. So that's just under 40 years. I think 1985 they said, right? Was it the mid 80s or the early 80s? He said in the 80s, so probably the mid 80s. So he's probably been in the truth for 40 years, this man. But they don't have the 100% truth, but they are teaching that we are the Israelites, the descendants of the transatlantic slave trade, so forth and so on. And they're also teaching that we are mixed amongst the nations, but they are teaching that they can bring this word to the Gentiles. This is why they've got these particular scriptures here. So they are misinterpreting this scripture here when it says 1 Kings 8:41, moreover, concerning a stranger that is not of thy people Israel, but comest out of a far country for thy name's sake, for they shall hear of thy great name and of thy strong hand and stretched out arm, and when he shall come and pray towards this house, hear thou in the heaven the dwelling place, and do according to all the stranger callest to thee, For all the people of the earth may know thy name, to fear thee, as do thy people Israel, and they may know this house which I have built is called. So the stranger is talking about the Israelite stranger that is born in another land. This is what they don't understand. So remember, what's his name? Goshen, is it Goshen? Goshen? Let me get this right. Hold on. What's Moses' son's name? Is it Goshen his name was? He shall be a stranger. Goshen. Let us make sure. Hold on. Just type the word stranger in. Just want to show you. Moses and Jacob dwelt. This is what it's talking about. It's talking about the Israelite stranger. This isn't thou shalt be a stranger. Hold on. Here it is. Gershom. I always say Gershom. Gershom. So, Exodus 2 and 22. This is why King Solomon was talking about the stranger in a foreign land. It says, and she shall bear him a son. All right? Moses, a son. And he shall call his name Gershom, for he said, I have been a stranger in a strange land. All right? So this is what it's talking about. This is why Moses named his son Gershom, because they were a stranger in a strange land. This is what King Solomon was referring to, the strangers of Israel. Let's quickly get the Bible. So this is what they don't. This is what they don't understand. Like I said, I do believe that man is an Israelite, but their doctrine of them teaching that they can actually go to the actual strangers, they've got that completely wrong. They believe that you can go to the actual strangers. No, you can't go to the actual strangers. If we go to, hold on. Let me just get up another. 1 second. Genesis 41. Oh, let that come along. Genesis 41. I'm trying to get the right verse here. Just so you understand. The sons of Joseph. And unto Joseph were born 2 sons before the years of the famine came, which Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, priest of On, bare unto him. And Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, right? For power, said he, has made me forget all my toil and all my father's house. And the name of the second he called Ephraim, for the powers, for Yahawah has caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. And the 7 years of plenteousness was in the land of Egypt was ended. So this is where they were, because they were a stranger in the land of Egypt. And remember, 2 of Joseph's sons, which are the progenitors of 2 of the tribes of Israel, were born in Egypt, in a strange land, basically. And that's what Goshen, being a stranger in a strange, and that's what that's about. So when you read, where was it? Let's put this up here a minute. So when we're reading here, 1 Kings 8 and 41 and 43, that stranger is talking about the Israelite stranger, all right? If we go to, let's just quickly show you that. You shall be a stranger. There you go. Nakar, foreigner, Israelite foreigner, alien foreigner. And you shall be a stranger in a strange land. Now, I believe if we go to 1 Kings 18, 8. What was we reading from there? 8 and 41. Okay. 8 and 41. Let's get the right verse. Where was we at? One past it. 8:41, 43. Okay, concerning, okay. See, it's the same word. Same Hebrew word.
Strong's H5237.
Foreigner, alien.
Nohri. Nohri.
The variety of degrees of foreign and non-romantic adults, different, wonderful, alien, foreign, outlandish, social, Israel, people, right. Stranger, son of lawful, strange, woman, own house. So let's see what's got down here. But that's what it means. That's basically what it means, that ye shall be a stranger in a foreign land. So this is what King Solomon was talking about when he made that prayer to the Most High regarding the children of Israel. All right. It's not talking about of other nations. So the scriptures that they was referencing here is because they misunderstand the scriptures. Matthew 28:19 and 20 says, "Go you therefore and teach all nations." Those are the children of Israel. Those are each tribe of Israel is considered a nation. Baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. All right. This can only be done. The only people that was receiving the word, that can receive the word, are Israelites. All right. Teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I've commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even to the end of the world. So Matthew 28:19 and 20, once again, it's talking about Israelites, all nations. The nations of Israel were 12 nations, right? That's Matthew's 28. Matthew's 28:19, right there. 28:19. And teach all nations. Let me see. I'm on you. Right. And teach. See? Ethnos. That's the word I was looking for. Go and teach all nations. All ethnos. Right? Which you're going to see.
Strong's G 1484. Ethnos. Ethnos.
A tribe, nation, people, group. This is what it's talking about, right? Ethnos. Israel is 12, there's 12 tribes of Israel. The 12 group, the human family, a multitude of individuals of the same nature. This is the one I really wanted. A multitude of individuals of the same nature of genus. Genus means seed, 12 tribes. Go and teach all nations. It's because they're not studying the Bible in the Greek and the Hebrew, I believe, this organization, what they don't realize is only talking about Israelite Gentiles. Now, that does not negate the fact that I do believe this man is an Israelite. This Italian man is an Israelite. That's been the first student of this Israelite Nation Worldwide Ministries. And he's been in what they've been teaching about the Israelites. He's been part of the organization for nearly 40 years. So I do believe he's an Israelite, but what I'm saying is that if they're going to be going to people who are not Israelites, and they're not going to be able to receive the word because they believe that this is for all nations. This ain't for all nations. This is only for the 12 nations or the 12 tribes of Israel. So ethnos is a multitude of individuals of the same nature or genus. Who is that? That multitude of the same nature of genus are the 12 tribes. They all go back to Jacob, Isaac, and Abraham. All right, they're the 12 sons. There you go. A race as of the same habit. They're the same people, the same 12 tribes, i.e. a tribe, 12 tribes, right? And it says especially foreign or non-foreign, but that's what ethnos means. It means of the same genus, same nature, 12 tribes of Israel. That's what they are. So this is what I'm saying. They're not understanding the scriptures, what they put up here to say why they believe they should be going to the other nations. Zechariah 8 and 23 has got here. It says, thus says the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that Yahawah is with you. All right. So this is, what's that, Zechariah 8. Once again, Zechariah 8. That brings into context what's being said here. We shall take hold. And this is once again talking about the Israelites. I just wanted to read the context of what was in verse. We showed that in the car. It's foreigner, same word, stranger. Zechariah 8 and 23. It says, yea, many people and strong nations shall come and seek Yahawah of hosts in Jerusalem, and to pray before Yahawah. Thus says Yahawah of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold of all the languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that Yahawah is with you. This is also talking about Israelite Gentiles. We kind of go back. Let's see what's up here. See, the coming peace and prosperity of Zion. Zion is the 12 tribes of Israel. It says again, the word of Yahawah of hosts came to me, saying, thus says Yahawah of hosts, I was jealous for Zion, 12 tribes, with great jealousy, and I was jealous for her with great fury. Thus says Yahawah, I am returned unto Zion, to the 12 tribes, and will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and Jerusalem shall be called a city of truth, and the mountain of Yahawah of hosts, the holy mountain. Thus says Yahawah of hosts, there shall yet old men and old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem, and every man with his staff in his hand for very age. And the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof. The other nations ain't going to be playing in the streets of the promised land. They're going to be working in the streets. They're going to be servants and slaves and handmaids in the streets. This is talking about the coming peace and prosperity of Zion. That's why I say I want to give you a bit of context of what it meant down the bottom. Thus says Yahawah of hosts, if it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of his people in these days, should it also be marvelous in mine eyes, says Yahawah of hosts. Thus says Yahawah of hosts, behold, I will save my people. Who are the Lord's people? The children of Israel. From the east country and from the west country, and I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people, and I will be their power in truth and in righteousness. So it's talking, so when you get down to verse 23, I just want to give you context. It's talking about the children of Israel that are going to be gathered from the four corners of the world when Yahawashi and the angels come back to take down Edom, Esau, the Edomites, and to destroy Babylon the Great, America. This is what's going to take place after Israel is destroyed, purified with fire by the angels and the chariots, and then the promised land is going to be built up. It's going to be our children, the children of Israel, playing in those streets, right? Not the other nations. It's going to be, when it says, and the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof, that's our children, the children of Israel, not of the other nations. The other nations are going to be slaves and servants in the kingdom of heaven. So I just wanted to show you that the scriptures that he put down here, he's misinterpreted them, all of them, thinking it's talking about the actual Gentiles. It's talking about the Israelites that are considered Gentiles, that are mixed amongst the other nations, and that will also look like the other nations. Like I said, it doesn't negate the fact that I truly believe this Italian man here, this Sicilian, is an Israelite that is being a part of this Israelite organization for nearly 40 years, except they've got their teachings wrong when it comes to telling you who can receive this truth, because the only people that's going to be able to receive this truth are the Israelites. The other nations are not going to be able to receive, no matter how you try to tell them it, they're not going to be able to receive it. Only the Israelites are going to be able to receive this truth. It's as simple as that. It says John 10:16, and other sheep I have which are not of this fold, the Israelite Gentiles, them also must I bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd. So what was the Lord talking about? Those other sheep were the Israelites that was in the Americas. Let me go to John 10:16. I'll just use these scriptures, isn't it, really? It says, and other sheep I have which are not of this fold, which are not here in Jerusalem, them also will I bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd, right? The shepherd is Yahawashi. Therefore does my Father love me, because I lay down my life that I might take it again. No man taketh it from me, but I lay it down of myself. I have power to lay it down, and I have power to take it again. This commandment have I received from my Father. Those other sheep was majorly referring to the Israelites, the 10 lost tribes that was predominantly based in the Americas when Yahawashi was walking the earth 2,000 years ago. Right now, some of the other tribes, the northern kingdom, some of them were mixed amongst the southern kingdom. So some of like Asher, some from Naphtali, some of the other tribes were mixed amongst Judah, Benjamin, and Levi in the southern kingdom. But the majority of the northern kingdom, which referred to as the 10 lost tribes of Israel, were based in the Americas. They are the Native American Indians of North, South America, and Canada, and the Caribbean islands, today who they refer to as Latino, Hispanics, Mexicans, and Puerto Ricans. Those were the other sheep of his fold that the Lord is talking about. He's not talking about the other nations, just so you can see. And Isaiah 56:3 says, neither let the son of the stranger that has joined himself to Yahawah speak, saying, Yahawah has utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch, behold, I am dry tree. So this stranger again goes back to the word which I showed you. It should be the same word, I believe. That's ethnos. Isaiah 56:3. Should be the same word. See, should be the same word, nakar. Same word. Talking about the Israelite foreigner, alien, right? Foreignness, that which is foreign, the Israelite foreigners, aliens. Remember what Apostle Paul said. Let's just bring this out. Aliens. Is it Ephesians? I think it's Ephesians. Okay, Ephesians chapter 2, verse 12. Right, let's start here. Start at verse 11. It says, wherefore remember, Ephesians chapter 2, verse 11. Wherefore remember that ye being in times past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called the uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands, that at that time you were without Yahawashi Hamashiach, because these are the people that the Apostle Paul went to, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, which is the 12 tribes of Israel, and strangers, nakar, from the covenants of promise, having no hope and without Yahawah in the world. But now in Yahawashi Hamashiach, ye who sometimes were far off are made nigh by the blood of Yahawashi Hamashiach, because he died for you. For he is our peace, who has made both one and has broken down the middle wall of partition between us. All right, so we were once considered, and even up to today, foreigners, strangers, aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, from the 12 tribes of Israel, basically in that. So all of those scriptures that he went to, right, it's all talking about the strangers, the foreigners, the aliens of Israel. It's not talking about the other nations. All right, it's talking about the Israelites that lived amongst these other nations and that became foreigners and aliens from the commonwealth of Israel. That's what they became. Let's get another one. So he's trying to bring up precepts in the description to say, look, read this first, but he doesn't. The people that are running that organization don't understand that those followers and those aliens were the Israelites that were scattered and mixed amongst the other nations. That's not what I'm thinking of. Hold on. Just get in my Bible 1 second. Galatians, Ephesians. Where is it going? Corinthians. Where is it? Okay. It was in, you know, it was actually in the same, is it here? Where was I? Sorry, yeah. That's in the same chapter. I just need to jump down. Verse 19 says, now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of Yahawah. And I build upon the foundation of the apostles and the prophets, Yahawashi being himself being the chief cornerstone. So once you came into this truth, you're no longer strangers and foreigners. All right. What was that one I was looking for? That's it. Corinthians. So First Corinthians. I think it's First Corinthians. 1 second. Oh, I think it's First Corinthians chapter 12. I wanted. Stop it. First Corinthians chapter 12. Okay. First Corinthians chapter 12, verse 1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. You know that ye were Gentiles. That's what we all were once. All of us were once Gentiles before we came into this truth, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as you were led. All right. So we were all once considered Gentiles, carried away into these dumb idols, these other religions. So he was once considered a Gentile because he was part of Catholicism. He was part of Christianity, and he left all that to come and join this. He was the first student of this Israelite organization over 35 years ago, basically, because he believed the teachings of that the Bible was about the Israelites, the teaching of the Israelites. The laws and commandments and statutes are not the teachings of Christianity and Catholicism. He believed in the God of Jacob, Isaac, and Abraham. He believed that he was an Israelite. He had no love for Christianity or Catholicism no more, even though that's what he was raised up in. And he's been involved in it for over nearly 40 years. But my point is, this organization believes that they can bring this word to actual Gentiles that would not be considered Israelites. But as we say, we try the Spirit by the Spirit, basically in that, because we know who we are through Bible prophecy, secular history, and through the Spirit. Ultimately, through the Spirit, we try the Spirit by the Spirit. And by the Spirit, I truly believe this man is an Israelite. All right, even though the organization that he's a part of is teaching the incorrect doctrine when it comes to who can be brought into the fold. Because the only people that are truly going to be able to receive this word are going to be Israelites and the remnant of Israel. The other nations ain't going to be able to receive it. They're gonna throw it to the wayside, basically. He's been part of this organization for nearly 40 years. So I truly believe that this Italian man is an Israelite. And if we go to Acts chapter 10, it talks about the Italian band, Cornelius's vision. There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band. And that's what I believe. He's a descendant from the Italian band, right? He's an Italian, basically, who is an Israelite that goes back to the 12 tribes of Israel. He's of the Italian band. Literally, nearly all the Sicilians descend from the Moors. The Moors were Israelites that was practicing and worshipping Islam. Nearly all of southern Italy descends from the Moors. A lot of Spaniards descend from the Moors, and Portuguese southern France, all those places that the Moors conquered in Europe and ruled over for centuries. Remember, the Moors ruled Europe for over 700, between 700 and 800, about 800 years. They still have the flags representing the Moors up in certain European, southern European, Mediterranean European countries. So I do believe in the spirit that that man is an Israelite. But the organization that he's a part of, they are not teaching the correct doctrine when it comes to who salvation is for and who this word is for. But this word is only going to be able to pierce the ears of the Israelite Gentiles. He says he was a devout man and one who feared Yahawah with all his house, which gave much alms to the people and prayed to Yahawah always. That's why I believe that man's an Israelite. He seems very devout in his faith and in believing in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that he's an Israelite, and being part of that Israelite organization for nearly 40 years. And knowing that there's only one true God, one true, we just use the word religion for now, which is the Israelites, the Bible. It's not, and he knows the Bible is not Christianity, Catholicism, or Protestant. He knows the Bible is teaching of the Israelites, the laws, commandments, and statutes. He saw in a vision, evidently about the 9th hour of the day, an angel of Yahawah coming to him and saying unto him, Cornelius. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, What is it, Lord? And he said unto him, The prayers and thine alms are come up for memorial before Yahawah. And now send men to Joppa and call for one Simon, whose surname is Peter, the apostle Peter. He lodged with one Simon, a tanner, whose house is by the sea. He shall tell thee what thou oughtest to do. And when the angel which spake unto Cornelius was departed, he called 2 of his household servants and a devout soldier of them that waited on him continually. And when he had declared all things unto them, he sent them to Joppa. All right. So Cornelius was a centurion of the Roman army, but he was an Israelite. Cornelius wasn't an Edomite or a Hamite. He was an Israelite, Cornelius. All right. What's the other scripture I'm speaking of? Is it, one second. There's another scripture I'm thinking of. I don't really want to spend too long on this. So I believe he's like Cornelius. He's of the Italian band. He's a Sicilian. I truly believe that he's an Israelite, but that organization is not teaching the correct doctrine when it comes to salvation. Right? And remember, they also have women teaching in that organization. Now, I mentioned that before. Centurion. Is that the word I'm looking for? Yeah, this is it here. Matthew 8, right? Another Israelite who was a centurion, part of the Roman army, but this is also an Israelite. Matthew 8, verse 5. And when Yahawashi was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion, beseeching him, and saying, Lord, my servant lies at home sick of palsy, grievously tormented. And Yahawashi says unto him, I will come and heal him. The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. So why did he say that? That's an Israelite. That's showing his 100% faith. He didn't say to the Lord, 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 I do this commandment, that commandment, this commandment, that commandment every day. He was showing the Lord his 100% faith in who he was, and that he had the powers to do it from where he stood. He didn't need to come to this centurion's house. This is telling you that this is an Israelite who was a centurion in the Roman army, just like the centurion here. Sorry, not wrong one, sorry. Just like the man in Caesarea who was called, just like Cornelius. These were Israelites that had 100% faith. Cornelius was dealing with the apostle Peter. This centurion, Italian in the Roman army, was dealing directly with Yahawashi. So he says to Yahawashi, but speak the words only, and my servant shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this man, go, and he goeth. and to another, come, and he cometh, and to my servant, do this, and he doeth it. When Yahawashi heard it, he marveled, and said to them that followed, Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. And I say unto you that many shall come from the east and the west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. That's the second coming of the Lord. So he's telling you there about his second coming. He's telling you about the faith of this particular centurion from Capernaum, a member of the Roman army. But he was an Israelite. That's what the Lord says. I have not found such great faith, no, not in Israel. So he says, and I say unto you that many shall come from the east and from the west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into utter darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. The two-thirds are going to be destroyed in Babylon the Great. So in a sense, that he's the guy that brought him in was going to Jake's actual people that he could associate directly with the Israelites from who they were. He was going to those people first, and they refused him. And then he came across this Italian man here who turned his back on Christianity and Catholicism and joined him because he believed what he was teaching regarding the Israelites, the 12 tribes, who the Lord was, who the apostles were. Also, the fact that he was teaching the laws, commandments, and statutes. The only thing that, like I said, there's a couple of things this organization got wrong. And one of them is that he was also probably trying to show this man at that time that salvation can be for anyone as long as they believe. The Lord put the Spirit on them to believe. The Lord is only going to put the Spirit on the people to believe who are actual Israelites. The Lord ain't going to put the Spirit on an actual Edomite to accept this word and to be in the truth for nearly 40 years. He's nearly been in the truth as long as Apostle Tahar, even though his organization are teaching certain things wrong. My point is, there's no way the Lord put the Spirit on this man to turn his back on white Jesus, Christianity, to embrace Yahawah, Yahawashi, even though they're not calling on that name, but to embrace the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is Yahawah, Yahawashi, and to turn his back on Catholicism, Protestant. The Lord ain't putting the Spirit on this man if he's not an Israelite, this Italian. So I truly believe this Italian is an Israelite. So when we go back to Matthew's, he says, and Yahawashi says unto the centurion, go thy way as thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee. And his servant was healed in the self same hour. This is a centurion who was a member of the Italian band, a member of the Roman army, but he was an Israelite. And also his servant was an Israelite. That's why the Lord healed him, because his servant was an Israelite too. It's as simple as that. And I truly believe, as much as this organization is got teaching salvation incorrectly and have women teaching in their congregation, it doesn't negate the fact that I believe this man is an Israelite. Otherwise, he wouldn't be still attached to this idea of the 12 tribes, the Israelites. I don't believe this organization they don't have no chart. They don't believe in the 12 tribes chart neither. This is why they go into all of the other, they're trying to reach out to everyone. But the only people that are going to truly be able to receive this word are going to be Israelites. So I do believe he's an Israelite, this man here. That's all I'm saying, right? Even though the organization that he's a part of is teaching incorrect doctrines when it comes to salvation, allowing the woman to teach, and they don't have a 12 tribes chart. They don't believe in the 12 tribes chart. They are totally going by the Spirit. They're saying that's what they're saying, but they believe that they can bring that word to other nations. They can't. They can't. This man's got to be an Israelite for him to be still in this thing for that long of a time. So anyway, I pray you're edified. I just kind of want to bring that to the table. And like I said, bring all the cards on to let you know exactly why I'm saying what I'm saying today. I believe this man is of the Italian band, a Sicilian. I believe he's an Israelite, as I said before. But, man, he needs to come to one of the other major camps. Or that camp there, that Israelite nation worldwide, they need to be taught the right way of preaching salvation and to get the women out of their organization from teaching, because they're completely going off in the land they women to teach. So, shalom, shalom, Shalom. All praise and glory to Yahawah, Bashim, Yahawashi, Basham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Babylon to the apostles and to the elders of great millstone. Shalom to the 144,000.